Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. First, I'm going to start off with my Valentia moisturizer. I'm just going to go ahead and rub this into my skin. I just washed my face, so right after I wash my face, I always go in with my favorite moisturizer. Once that dries a little bit, I'm going to go in with my new City Color Primer. God, guys, this stuff is amazing. It's kind of like the Becca mattifying primer, but it's not as drying, and it's very hydrating in a weird sense. If that's even possible. But next, I'm going to go in with my NARS foundation. This is the Sheer Glow foundation in the color Stromboli, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend that all over my face with my Morphe blending brush. Right, so once that foundation is blended to perfection, I'm going to go in with my new favorite concealer. This is the LA Girl Concealer in the shade Pure Beige. I'm going to go ahead and use the lighter shade just to highlight underneath my eyes. I'm going to use it on my forehead, my chin, and my nose. And I'm just going to blend this out with a beauty blender. But before I blend anything out, I'm going to go ahead and use my contour stick and contour my nose. I'm going to contour the sides of my cheeks. And after I do that, I'm going to use the same foundation brush that I used, and I'm going to blend out that contour and then use the beauty blender to blend out my under eyes. It just is easier that way for me. Like I said before, I'm going to go ahead and use my beauty blender, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend my under eyes, my forehead, my chin, all that. Everything with the light shade I will use with my beauty blender. And to blend out that contour stick by LA Girl Cosmetics, it's in the color Suede if you guys are concerned, I'm going to go ahead and use my same foundation brush that I used to blend out my foundation. And the reason why I use this with this Suede stick is because I feel like using a foundation brush gives you more of a flawless finish and less patchiness, if you will, with a beauty blender. So I always like using a brush to blend these out. So once I blend everything through, I'm going to go in with my Fit Me Concealer by Maybelline. This is the shade number 25. This one is a little bit darker than the one I just used to lighten. So this one I use to just spot correct everything. And this one has an orange undertone to it, so it really helps correct that purpleness and blueness that I have under my eyes. So once I'm done blending that concealer out, I'm going to go in with my next step, and that's to set my concealer and my face. So to set my concealer, I'm going to use my favorite banana powder by Ben Nye. You know, guys, I was in love with the Laura Mercier until I tried this stuff. You have to try it. My under eyes don't crease anymore, which is a godsend. After I set my under eyes, I'm going to go into my T-zone because obviously that's where I get the most oily, as most of you do. I'm going to just set my chin, on my forehead, and my nose. Alright, so once my under eyes and T-zone are set, I'm going to go in with my Sephora foundation powder in the shade medium number 25. And I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and I'm just going to put it all over my face. This foundation does add a little bit of coverage, but not too much. Really what it's doing is just ensuring that my makeup's not going to move throughout the day. So after the foundation is all done, I'm going to go in with my Bobbi Brown bronzer. I think this one is in the shade light medium. And I'm just going to take that same fluffy brush that I use, and I'm just going to go ahead and bronze my face. I'm not doing any deep contouring or anything like that because that was the purpose of the shade stick that I used. So this one is really just going to give me an all over bronze rather than a defined contour line. So once I brought some color back into my face, I'm going to go in with my favorite highlighter. This is the Whispers of Guilt highlighter by MAC, and I'm just going to go ahead and take a Morphe fluffy brush, and I'm going to place it on the highest points of my cheekbones, as well as my nose, my cupid's bow, and my forehead. I like doing this step before my blush because I just feel like it helps blend better rather than having these stark streaky marks on the side of my face. Once the highlighting part is all done, I'm going to go in with my Milani blush. This is in the shade Bellissimo Bronze, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out on the apples of my cheeks and bring it up just a little bit. It does have some highlight in it, so I feel like this really complements the other highlighter that I just used. So once my face is all done, I'm going to go in with a little eyebrow comb and just brush out the rest of that powder that's in my eyebrow hairs for my face. And then I'm going to go in with my LA Girl Cosmetics eyebrow kit, and I'm just going to use an angled brush, and I'm just going to work the powder through. First step, I'm going to go ahead and take this wax that the kit comes with, and I'm just going to place the wax over my hair first. This is going to help it glide on easier, and it's going to help your hair to stay the same throughout the day and not smudge the powder if you're sweaty or anything like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and line my brows first, and then I'm going to blend the powder through. I like to do this because if you just go in with a straight line, sometimes it could be too harsh. And I have pretty dark brows already, so I like to prevent any harsh lines if possible. I apologize for any in and out focus. My camera was having a hard time focusing, and I was so focused on my eyebrows that I wasn't even paying attention, so I apologize for that. The thing I really like about the LA Girl Cosmetics powder is that it is really easy to correct, but it stays on your eyebrow hairs all day. So it's super easy to fix. I just go in with some concealer to fix what I messed up. Sometimes I get a little too crazy and go a little too high. So I'm just going to take this oval brush that I have, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out seamlessly. Make sure that there's no harsh edges, that everything matches perfectly. So once I fixed all my silly little mistakes, I'm going to go in with another eyebrow comb, and I'm just going to brush downwards. And the reason I'm brushing downwards is just to make sure that there are no harsh edges and that everything's blended well together. And then to set my brows, I'm going to go in with my Ardell brow gel, and we're all done there. So once my brows are all done, I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I'm just going to prime my eyelids. I'm just going to go ahead and blend this out with a wet beauty blender just to make sure everything's blended correctly. So once I'm done priming, I'm going to go in with my Morphe palette and my flat brush, and I'm just going to use the lightest shade in the palette just to highlight my brow bone. Once I highlight my brow bone, I'm going to go in with my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and I'm just going to take the champagne color in the palette and just place that all over my lid. You can use any champagne color, I just chose this one. I found that Morphe glitter shadows blend better with a finger rather than a brush. It just really helps it not chunk up. Once I have my base down, I'm going to go in with this soft brown shade in the palette, and I'm just going to take a fluffy brush. Any fluffy brush will do. This one is from Sephora, and I'm just going to go in windshield wiper motions and just really define that crease. It's not super defined, it's just a subtle definition just to show that I do have a crease. Using a lighter shade first is really going to help your darker colors transition. Once I'm done doing that, I'm going to go in with a little dark purple brown shade, and I'm just going to do it in the outer V's of my eyes. I'm using a thinner brush, and I'm just going to focus on the outer corners and work my way in just so it's blended. I'm going to go back into my mini Morphe palette, and I'm going to use this camel shade, and I'm just going to take a thinner brush and really work it in the outer corners just to make it darker. Once I finish with my outer V's of my eyes, I'm going to go back in with this other champagne color from the Morphe palette, and I'm just going to go ahead and layer that on top of my lid. This is just going to set what I already have done with that sparkly shade that I first used. I'm sorry guys, I totally cut myself out. I was out of frame and out of focus, so I didn't get a chance to do my eyeliner on camera, but I will do another video for you guys soon. But right here, I'm just taking the same colors that I used on my outer crease, and I'm just applying them to my bottom lash line and blending them out. And to finish off the bottom lash line, I'm just going to go in with that champagne shade again, and I'm just going to highlight the inner corners of my eye just to make everything match. And just to finish off the eyes, I'm going to go with my Maybelline Sensational Lash Mascara. I'm just going to apply it to my top and bottom lashes just to volumize and lengthen them. If you guys are looking for an affordable drugstore mascara, I would definitely recommend this one. It is super affordable, it's matte black, it doesn't flake, it volumizes and lengthens at the same time, and is very similar to high-end quality mascaras. And to finish our entire look, I'm going to go in with my LA Girl Cosmetics lip liner in the shade True Brown. It's a very true brown shade with a burnt orange tint to it. So I decided to go in with my NYX liquid lipstick in the shade Sandstorm just to calm it down a little bit. So now it's more of a brown mauve shade rather than just a burnt orange shade. Hey guys, you made it to the end of the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys want to see something else next week, please feel free to comment down below and let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.